Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion and bird lover, your host, the Hut. And here we are again, talking about the New York Mets. I'm going to talk about, really, Dominic Smith. There's been a lot of rumors out there that the Mets are going to trade him. I think that's pretty obvious. Right now, he's on the injured list. And in all likelihood, he should be able to get off in 2 days. He's on a 10-day injured list. But with his ankle injury, he'll probably be on for a few more days after that. It's a 2-week injury if it's not too severe. Because all you got to do is just stay off your foot and put ice on it, quite frankly. But there has been some teams mentioned in the trade market for Dom. And I'm going to go through some of them that have been mentioned. Two in particular. The Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox, believe it or not. Keep an eye on the Red Sox. They might be on the verge of selling. I did a video earlier on J.D. Martinez and how the Red Sox are getting awfully close to figuring out the riddle of their season. So we'll keep an eye on J.D. Martinez and anybody else that's with the Red Sox. But with Dom, I'm going to go through a whole bunch of other teams that could use a first baseman going forward, at least for this year and next year as well. Dom's not going to... Here's the thing. If the Mets had traded Dominic Smith at the end of 2020... they would have gotten a lot of prospects back. They would have gotten a lot of talent back. Dom's value is kaput. But there is quite a robust group of teams that like Dom. They think that he has not gotten a fair share here, a fair shake here, because of the fact the Mets have the great Pete Alonso at first. I would mention about Dom, he's got 1,300 at-bats. They always say within 1,500 at-bats that a player lets you know who they are. So you can go on Baseball Reference and check out what Dom has done in his career with the Mets. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of other teams that will be interested. And there's also another player that's popped up today going to the Mets, possibly. We'll mention him in another video. We'll mention him here. The San Diego Padres. I mentioned them because they were interested in Dom enough that they made that trade with the Mets, but it got squashed because Chris Paddock failed the physical with the Mets. The Mets didn't like his elbow. As it turned out, they were right, and he had a bad elbow, and he had to get Tommy John surgery. I'll mention them. The Cincinnati Reds. Joey Votto's done, I think. There's not much left there with him. The Oakland A's don't really have a first baseman. I'll mention them briefly. It seems that their catcher, Sean Murphy, is on the trading block. And it'll be interesting to see if he's moved. They always move people, so it's just a matter of when it comes to the A's. The Detroit Tigers. That's a name to keep an eye on. They have plenty of pitching there, plenty of bullpen help. It's funny how a lot of these bad teams have good bullpens. The Orioles have good bullpens. Have a good bullpen. The Washington Nationals. Because if the Mets were to pick up, for instance, Josh Bell, even in a trade, a swap for both of them, that involves both of them, they're going to need a first baseman. Keep them in mind. The Colorado Rockies. Now, C.J. Cron was mentioned with the Mets, and the Mets are interested in him. They actually have more interest in him than they do in Mancini. But the Rockies don't seem to do the right thing. They always seem to screw up. So it doesn't seem like they're going to move him, but we'll see. And finally, the last team I'll mention them, just going through, is the Arizona Diamondbacks. We know that they have Christian Walker there, and he's hit, he's a slugger. But there's been word that they might move him, so they might be in the market for a first baseman. But these are some of the teams. But really, the two teams that are, as far as I could tell, that have been mentioned in any kind of online publication have been the Red Sox and the Cubs. So let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about Dom. When do you think Dom's going to get traded? He's going to get moved. There's no... With Vogelbach here, the John Kruk lookalike, he's getting moved. There's no doubt that Dom's getting moved finally off of this team. And that'll shed a lot of weight off. The lineup looks a lot better with Vogelbach and running around the bases and making everybody laugh. But thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.